Right, so I've got planned some perfect entrance music when you get back, except that I won't actually tell you what it is, so you'll only know about it when I edit it in the show. So I'll put it in. It's now you reacting to that music.
Oh my god! Here he is.
Here he is.
I'm back.
Hello and welcome to Sweet Connection. I'm your host, Catters. With me today, as always, except not as always, because he had a week off last week. It's Jason Lewis.
Hello.
Jason, how the bloody hell are you?
I am very good, thank you.
Everyone hardly noticed you were gone.
I doubt it.
In fact, the show was actually much better without you on it.
Was it? You texted me earlier today saying, I can't wait for you to come back or something.
Did I say that?
What did you say? Let's have a look. Well, you said it's not the same without you, and then put the gay GIF. Oh, GIF. But rather have you back.
Sorry, GIF.
GIF. No, it's GIF.
It's definitely GIF.
No, I know it's
I'll get the fuck out of here.
Look it up. The guy who created it says it's a GIF.
I don't give a fuck what the guy who created it said. It's a fucking GIF, okay? It's not a GIF.
It's
anyway,
a GIF.
Moving on.
I'm back.
You're back.
Back with a vengeance.
It didn't take that long for us to already argue about something.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Oh, I'll put that in. So, you got some things to say.
I've got some things to say, have I?
How's your boy?
He's very good.
He's good.
He's very good now, yeah.
He was early, wasn't he?
He was 4 weeks early.
Yeah.
Spent 4 days in the special care unit, but he's home. He's well, and he's very quiet, but he's a lovely boy. Very handsome, if I do say so myself. Massive ballsack. It was lovely. I mean, the whole birth was stressful and everything as well. But when he was born,
the ballsack or the birth?
The birth was just horrendous, and I'll tell you that another day, maybe today.
Well, it's a lovely ballsack.
But it was a lovely moment where the nurse he was put, because it was this emergency C-section. It was this lovely moment where the nurse was like, "Look, do you want to come over and have a look at him and cut the rest of the umbilical cord?"
And you went, like, "No."
I was like, "Oh my god, yes, please."
You're like accidentally like sort of cut your own finger off with scissors.
And I went over to the table, and as soon as I got there, he pissed on someone, and I thought, "That's my boy." What a lad. First thing he does alive is piss on someone. Yeah. And I thought, good. Middle finger to the world. I then cut his umbilical cord. And when babies are born, they're, especially, I'll say especially, but only boy babies, because they're the only ones with ball sacks.
Correct.
But,
either qualified doctor.
They're sort of inflamed, and they're massive. I'll show you a picture.
I don't want to see your baby's ball sack.
You're gonna.
Oh, that's going to be the episode. Oh, god damn.
I've been showing everyone. Here you go. Is that the best picture?
How many pictures have you got of your baby's ball sack?
Right, hold on. Let it load.
Are you sure Cassie's going to be okay with... Bloody hell.
I know.
That's like a man's size.
It's massive, isn't it?
That is literally about the size of my testicles.
They are plums.
They are... Fair play to that guy.
Yeah. So, but they've calmed down a bit now. But he's a lovely boy. I'm very happy. I'll keep him.
You'll keep him.
I won't lose him in a tapas restaurant in Portugal. Also, the funniest thing out of all this, the main nurse the main doctor on the special care unit, guess what her name was?
Madeline McCann.
Worse. Dr. Kate McCann.
Oh,
that is actually...
You wouldn't trust her with your kid, would she?
No, but the funny thing was her name, Kate, this is going to piss you off, was spelled Kayte.
Oh, that's not even a name.
So, do you reckon she changed her name just to that, just to sort of hide away?
It's not a great hideaway name, is it? Literally having the exact same name, just misspelled slightly.
Misspelled fucking worse. Horrendously.
So, probably not the best way to hide in plain sight, working with kids.
Add a letter to your name.
Working with kids. So,
Kate McCann was looking after my child at special care.
How long was the labour? If you don't mind me asking.
It's up and down, because it could have been for several days, because there's early onset labour, which you don't really know about. But we went to the hospital Thursday night, because he hadn't been moving a lot, and I don't know if you know, but babies are supposed to move when they're in the womb.
Right,
You're supposed to feel them, but we didn't feel him all day.
Right.
So we went on Thursday night and they hooked him up. They call it a trace, where basically they check his heart rate. Okay. And his heart rate's got to be between sort of 120 to 160, so 140.
Right, okay.
And it was, but then it dropped a little bit to 100. They're like, oh, we're not really sure what's going on, but come back tomorrow for a scan.
Right.
And then my wife went Friday morning for the scan. I was at work. I was off all week sick, as you remember from the last time I was here.
Yeah.
So I went to work for one day on Friday, and they went for a scan, and she lost some fluid. So like, you know when your waters break? She lost a bit.
Yeah.
But the doctor said, that's fine, don't worry about it. Which is, alarm bells start ringing there, surely, if your water's slightly breaking.
Yeah.
So she was sent home, but they were planning on doing a C-section yesterday.
Right, okay. Why did they do it because last week, though? Because
he was 30, they don't like to do it before 37 weeks, and he was born at 36 weeks, so she went home Friday, and they said if there's no more movements by, sort of 6 o'clock, let us know. By 5 o'clock, let us know.
Right.
And it got to 5 o'clock, and there weren't, as she called. And they're like, okay, that's bad. Get in right now. I was still at work. However, I took my car to the garage because I had 2 slow punches on the back wheels, unaware that she was going to call the hospital.
Of all the times to get a puncture.
And she texted me and called me saying that I need to get there now, whilst I was in the process of getting 2 new tyres.
So it's like, mate, can you,
I was like,
can you speed this up?
I was in the garage. I went to the mechanic. Look, I need to get to hospital like right now. He was like, are you alright? I was like, I'm fine, but I think I'm having the baby, which I think confused him. And he was like, well, look, to be honest with you, there's a problem with your brakes as well. So we need to fix that. I was like, look, I haven't got time for that now. I couldn't give a shit about my brakes.
You should probably make time for your brakes, Jason.
And he showed me this, and I had to sign a piece of paper to say that I'll go back. It was only like the rubber on the brakes or something that's disappeared. Okay. So it's just,
So it's not like
it's not like working. It's not like I don't have brakes. It's just that, I potentially might not have brakes soon.
Right.
But
on the way back from the hospital.
Yeah. So we got up the hospital. Fucking hell, this is a long story, isn't it? And
it's fine. We got plenty of time.
And
I haven't even got any fucking topics. I don't know if we're talking about your baby.
Birth special. So we went back to the hospital. They're like, "This is really bad that he's not moving. We're probably going to have to deliver your baby, tomorrow. This is on Friday night." And they hooked her up to the trace again, the heart rate machine, and his heart rate was 140. And then every sort of half an hour or so, he kept dropping to 70, which is like shit the bed.
Yeah.
First time they'd done it, they're like, "Oh, is it the machine?" It's like, well, fucking hope not. And so they sent us up to a different room and they tested it again, and this doctor from nowhere, I love doctors, they got so much arrogance, it's brilliant. Like, a whole team of midwives are there, and the doctor just strolls in, doesn't introduce himself, reads the papers, and be like, yes, well, we could deliver the baby tonight instead, and then walked out again. And I was like, who the fuck was that?
Who the fuck are you?
Was that just some random guy?
It's just a fucking cleaner who just got like a spare lab coat from the cupboard, and he's just like, here's something.
I'm going to fuck someone up today.
Yeah.
But then they done it again, and it dropped to 70 again. All of a sudden, there was 3 people in the room, and it dropped to 70 again. They're like, yeah, that's not the machine. And they like pushed this button. All of a sudden, like 15 people come into the room. And at the same time, I was dealing with a work issue as well.
You're always working, aren't you?
I am. And it was a tenant
ABC,
issue.
always be closing.
And I was texting mother-in-law as well, saying, oh yeah, because the thing is, 10 minutes beforehand, they're like, yeah, you might actually have to go home to like come back tomorrow. I was like, fucking hell. So we come back I was like, texting mother-in-law saying, we'll come back here for no reason, we'll probably be sent home in a minute. She's like, oh, okay, well, do you want me to go get your hospital bag, just in case? And then I replied back when like 50 people came into him, and I replied back saying, fuck, C-section right now, get here ASAP.
Right.
And my mother-in-law is a proper warrior.
Right.
Like, she's scared about everything, and she got from her work, which is not far from here.
Oh, warrior! Sorry, I thought you meant
not like yeah.
I thought you meant like a warrior.
No, she's a panicker,
like a Viking warrior. Sorry,
no.
I wasn't sure where you're going.
She got from her work,
and she fought her way out of the building.
She got from her work to Ipswich Hospital in 9 minutes.
Where does she work?
Like round the corner from here.
In Felixstowe?
In Felixstowe.
Okay.
And Felixstowe to Ipswich Hospital is about a 20-minute trip, I'd say. Average speed of 78 miles per hour the whole trip.
I'm going to edit that bit out because that is incriminating. But
and she was on the phone to her husband saying, I knew he was going to die. I knew this is it. He's going to die. So she was in a massive panic because of what I texted her. I probably should have said it a bit better.
You probably shouldn't have said fuck, C-section. Just say she's having a C-section.
Get here now.
Get here.
That worked good.
Get here whenever.
Anyway, so we were rushed upstairs, and it was at 8 o'clock, and the shift patterns of hospitals are 8 o'clock at night. So this guy was holding the door open for us, And then he was like, "Oh, you need to get changed in this room." And he took me to this room, bit weird, where I had to get my scrubs on.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
And I was wearing, funny enough, I was wearing a new suit as well. And I went, "Where can I put this? Because this is a new suit." And he went, "Oh, just put it in the corner and you come back for later." I was like, "But it's a new suit." that was my main one. I was just panicking.
So your wife is having an emergency C-section and you're worried about your new suit.
Where am I going to put my suit? So in the end, I chucked it in the corner and he goes, "Right here." So and the best thing about it is I wear sort of suspenders for my shirts. If you Google them, they look horrendous, but they're called shirt stays to keep your shirts tucked in.
Okay.
And I took my trousers off.
Why don't you just use a belt like everyone else?
Well, I have a belt as well. But anyway, and I took my trousers off and there was 3 other men in that room who were about to deliver my baby. And they all looked at my male suspenders. And I was just like, and there's no quick way of taking them off as well. So I was like, ping, 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 ping.
They're just pinging everywhere. It's like pinging through windows.
And I just knew they were just looking at me thinking, what the fuck is this? And then like, right, here's your scrubs. So I'm in my pants now. Like, here's the scrubs. You know, I've got small, medium, large, extra large. For you, I recommend large. I was like, you little fucker.
It's not unreasonable though.
Probably needed extra large, to be honest with you.
It's not unreasonable because you are quite tall and you are quite,
And then it turns out that guy was the main guy that delivered my baby and he will forever be a hero.
Okay, what was his name? The guy who delivered the baby.
Oh, he was such a dick. Doctor, not Mister. It was on a letter actually. It's Dr. Mahamdu something. He was an Indian chap, but yeah, very nice guy.
Shout out to whoever vaguely that was.
Whoever, the whole team. There was like, as well, we're in the operation room. There was about 15 doctors, and before they started, they're like, "Right, we're just going to do a name call so you know everyone." And in my head, I was like, I don't fucking care.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
And then the first person went, "Hi, my name's Charlotte and I'm in charge of this." I went, "Hiya." And then everyone stopped and looked at me. And then the guy was like, "Yeah, go on." I was like, "No, I was just saying hi." And then, "No, go on, introduce yourself." I was like, "Oh, my name's Jason. I'm the father." Dad. Yeah. And then I went, "I don't know what the fuck's going on. Just carry on."
Okay, so seeing as she had a C-section, she didn't have gas and air. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, there's no.
So
chance
she was unconscious.
She was
given general anaesthetic, presumably.
No, she was given what they call it, a needle in the back, which makes you paralysed from the chest down for a period of time.
Well, I have no idea what that is.
Epidural.
Is that an epidural? Is it? Oh, okay.
I didn't have a chance to have gas and air.
That's what I was going to ask.
I didn't have a chance. I would have loved to.
You were pumped to have gas and air.
Yeah, but no, I missed out on that. Missed out on a lot, to be honest. But
here's a question though.
Okay.
Did you cry?
I did have a chance to.
I did
not have a chance. I reckon I would have if it was like proper, but it was.
So you're saying that your wife giving birth this way wasn't proper?
Well, no, it was more.
Is that what you're saying, Jason?
No.
Make yourself very clear.
But it was more the fact that 10 to 8 we were told we could be going home, to 8 o'clock being rushed to theatre, to 8:30 him being there,
right,
and then at 9 o'clock him being rushed to special care. I just didn't have time. And then
didn't have time to feel.
I went home at about 2 a.m. and I sort of sat in my bedroom on my own because my wife was still in the hospital. And I was like, "Fuck, wow, that was a crazy Friday."
What day was that?
It was Friday
morning.
No, Saturday morning, but Friday night.
Oh, should have called me. I'd have fucking come round with a bottle of whiskey and we just
I was just sort of sat there, and then it was sort of getting home at midnight, 1 o'clock, going straight back up to the hospital for 7 o'clock in the morning. It was that was a tough couple of days, but he was allowed home Tuesday, and he's been a good kid. Yeah, I'll keep him.
Always good to know. Because you had said on the show before that a woman can just use breathing techniques to get through labour.
Yeah.
So it's quite a good thing that your wife didn't go and give birth normally, because I probably think you saying it's all in the breathing, just in through the nose, out through the mouth, would probably annoy her.
See, the funny thing is we went to see our midwife today who's done the hypnobirthing, and we were in the car to get out. And my wife goes, "You know what? I'm going to tell that woman she can fuck her hypnobirthing." I was like, "Whoa, right?" But no, didn't need that either.
Let's say that in possibly 18 years' time, your kid will be listening to this show.
Yeah.
What advice or what message would you like to give, put out on the internet to be there forever?
I think the main advice I would give him...
He'll probably be a little bit embarrassed listening about his massive ballsack.
My advice I'd give him
maybe give him a nice message.
If you've got it, flaunt it, and you've got a big ballsack, mate, so go for it. Main advice. I think the advice that I always like is start
a podcast.
It's to start a podcast, but don't hear about it for a few months and then sort of come in as the main co-host. I like that's a good one. But no, I think the fact you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, So listen before you speak. I quite like that. That's more of a selling technique that is more than life advice, I'd say.
So you're giving your child selling techniques.
Yeah.
That is the most estate agent thing you could have possibly done.
Yeah. I think, just be kind. Don't be a vegan.
And don't support Tottenham.
But don't support Tottenham and you'll go far in life.
Oh, yeah. That was actually quite a nice
What
message.
advice have you got? You're a wise man.
I would say start lifting weights whenever you're able to and just get fucking swollen, jacked and get loads of hot chicks around you. That's what I did.
Wow. Stunts your growth though, doesn't it?
It does stunt your growth, yeah. And your height as well. And But anyway, when you get a kid, everyone gives lots of presents to the kid and the parents generally get fuck all. So if you want to open those curtains, there'll be a little bag with just a little gift from myself, Laura, and the listeners.
Is it more gay novels?
No, it isn't any gay novels.
Ben, this is heavy. This might be the time I start crying.
Okay.
Is this for me?
This is for you and Cassie.
Oh, Ben.
That's for Cassie, obviously.
Oh, I'll eat them. Don't worry.
And the final thing is just a little something for you. So do you want to explain what they are?
It's a bottle of my favourite tipple.
Southern Comfort.
Southern Comfort.
Yeah.
You've got...
You can use that for your baby when it's teething.
I thought it was whiskey.
It is whiskey.
Is it whiskey? Of course it is. Liqueur with whiskey. You thought I'd know that.
It's your favourite drink. You don't know what the fuck it is.
And some Lindor
chocolates.
Lindor chocolate. They're not cheap. Wow.
No worries.
Thanks, everybody.
That's all right. So
I might start crying.
Give them to Cassie and have a drink, have a relax, and just have a good time.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. That's very kind of you.
No worries.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on from your fucking kid.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him and his giant ballsack.
We're going to start the show now. And just going to start the show by it was actually brought to my attention by number one fan Will Ruffles that the past 7 episodes did not download onto Spotify correctly. So that has since been resolved. So now all of our episodes are now on Spotify for your viewing pleasure. Thank you very much, Will, for shouting that out to us.
Cheers, Will.
Have I actually got any topics, or was I just hoping you would just talk about your baby for most of the episode? Marks and Spencer's Felix Stowe is closing down.
Yes, sad.
There was a little protest.
There was.
First of all, there was a petition signed by over 3,000 people.
I signed that.
Did you?
Yeah.
What reason is that possibly going to make a difference? If a shop is losing money, why would the CEO of Marks Spencer's give a fuck that 3,000 people who clearly haven't been visiting the store?
I signed the petition because I like to cut through Marks Spencer's. People who don't live in Phoenix don't know, but Marks Spencer's has a front door and a back door, and the back door is right next to a car park.
And you can get through.
And you could just cut through. That's the only reason I wanted Marks Spencer's to stay. But did you see the letter that they sent a letter to the CEO of Marks and Spencer's, and he replied, and he was like, "Look, I'm very sorry that you're upset that the store's closing. However, the shopping market has changed, and that store hasn't been performing well for years, so we're going to close it."
This is exactly what I mean. So I'm not understanding why people had an actual protest. I mean, apparently only like 6 people turned up. So what we're going to do a little segment called Katter's Comment Corner.
90 degrees, that's a corner. Type settee, that's a corner. Your enemy, that's a corner. Katter's Comment Corner. That's the real corner.
What's in the corner? Katter's Comment Corner.
So basically, I've got a few news articles here. First one is Monaco boss Thierry Henry regrets calling players' grandmother a whore.
Yeah, he got sacked, didn't he?
He did get sacked.
I feel sorry for him in a way because Monaco.
Should he be sacked for that?
No, he didn't get sacked for that. But
was it?
No.
Surely he must have been.
And he then joked in his interview afterwards, saying, "Oh, maybe I should have said it in English."
He did say that.
I think he said a lot worse on the football pitch.
Yeah.
The problem is that they've sacked him and they've hired the guy who they sacked to bring in Henry.
You probably can't really say that as a manager. I think if you said that as a player on the pitch and it wasn't picked up, that would probably be slightly more acceptable.
It's all a learning curve, though, isn't it? To be honest.
So
I mean, he's the hero. He's a hero to me. So he could kick my baby and I'd still be okay with that. Not hard, just nudge him.
If you're listening, Thierry Henry, and you would like to
there's an opportunity coming up
baby,
for you.
Please get in touch. That is thesweetconnection@outlook.com. So, Jason, I'd like you to read what I've got on here.
Okay.
Basically, it's like a sort of new thing where you can set up your smart home device.
Oh yeah.
To do various things.
Yeah.
If you sort of give it a command. So I want you to read out what that man has set up it to say.
Alexa, intruder alert, and Alexa will. Action number 1: floor lamp turn on 100% green. Set volume to 100. Say, what are you doing in my swamp? And then play All Star by Smash Mouth on Amazon Music.
I mean, if you're a burglar and you walked in
shit yourself,
and it's somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Max volume.
And just like,
what are you doing in my swamp?
That is the worst Shrek impression. No, it's what you doing in my swamp.
Yeah, fair play.
What impression? What Shrek have you watched?
I was just straining for a
have
shit.
Have you watched some fucking knockoff?
Shriek, I've been watching.
This is an article. You know how we were ripping into Cheryl Cole the other week?
Yes.
I saw an article.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the one that...
Yeah, I texted you about it.
Yeah, about the Chelsea fan spent £7,000 covering his home with her face.
And
Sean had previously spent £5,000 plastering his house with pictures of EastEnders Ben Mitchell, but has now moved on to... Ben Mitchell!
Which Ben Mitchell? There's been about 10.
There was 2 Ben Mitchells.
There's another new one.
Is there really?
Yeah, he's coming back as a new character. So maybe you'll have posters of him as well.
I think it was the second Ben Mitchell, because...
the good one. The one that's just left.
Is he the good one?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I thought the first one was a good one.
Nah, the first one was a fucking little pussy.
Who killed Heather? Was it
You need slapping down! That was the first one.
Who killed Heather? Was it the first one?
Oh, that was that
second
goat-looking one. Yeah. No, there's been... Yeah, so you got He Needs Slapping Down, then you got that one, and then the third one is one who's left, and then there's a fourth one coming.
Really?
So the third one's the best one. If you've got opinions on Ben Mitchell, email the show at thesweetconnection@outlook.com.
Who was the best Ben Mitchell?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 or 4? Whether in fact 4, who knows?
There might even be well, he was a baby, so that might have been a different actor as well. So maybe that was the best actor.
I refuse to look up how many actors have played Ben Mitchell in the soap opera EastEnders.
For sure,
no, we're not. No, I'm just getting it out. Moving on.
But anyway, going back to Cheryl Cole. Yeah, that fucking freak.
So he's got pictures of her decorating his house. He's got tattoos. He's got a T-shirt with her face on it. He's got a shrine to her.
Yeah.
This is a weird man.
And then I text you saying, I hope he doesn't listen to the show after we just berated her.
Yeah, we just lost a listener. But I don't understand how we went from Ben Mitchell to Cheryl Cole. There is no connection. There is no sweet connection, as far as I'm aware, between Ben Mitchell and Cheryl Cole.
There's been 6 Ben Mitchells.
Oh my, really?
Yeah, well, there will be a 6th.
There will be a 6th.
There's always as many as Doctor Who.
No, there's like 13 Doctor Who.
Well, he's catching up.
Sorry?
He's catching up.
He's the new Doctor Who. I should get the guy who first played Ben Mitchell to be the new Doctor Who.
Yeah. But yeah, that guy, fucking hell.
What a nutter.
What a nutter.
What a nutter.
We should try and get him on the show. And try and get a Cheryl Cole impersonator to phone in.
Here's the new comment. This is a news article, and it says, bizarre moment, groom's mistress gate crashes his wedding dressed as bride and causes utter chaos.
Fucking hell.
So basically, this guy had his fiancée and his side chick, and the side chick turned up to the groom's wedding with his fiancée dressed as a bride.
Did she think she was getting married, or was it as like...
I think it was more as like a publicity sort of, marry me instead.
You'd just turn up in jeans, wouldn't you? Fucking hell.
Yeah, but I think she wanted to marry him, presumably. So she obviously bought a wedding dress.
Yeah, which aren't cheap.
Unless
she got a shit one.
And then she gate crashed her boyfriends.
That's just... fucking hell. I hope there was a fight.
I think there was a fight.
That'd have been good, wouldn't it?
Because I think that she was asked to leave by literally everyone, and I think they were trying to throw her out, but she was struggling.
I'd imagine that. Would that happen to you? Laura doesn't listen to the show. You can be as honest as you like.
Although she is going to listen to this show because she wants to hear the story of.
Okay, let's cut that out.
So if I do or don't have a side chick, we will never know because we're not talking about it.
Never getting married anyway, are you?
Probably.
You don't
not.
see the point in it.
Probably not. No, but see what happens, mate. See what happens. So yeah, that's the end of Cat's Comment Corner. What else have we got here? Yeah, I've got a weird story about my friend from work giving blood.
Sorry, giving
blood.
Okay.
Basically, she turned up to give blood at our local leisure centre. Yeah, so she went to give blood, and she says that when the person put the needle in her arm, they kind of missed the vein and they hit one of her ligaments.
Oh.
So she immediately like screamed, jumped up, and she had a bit of a, like sort of panic attack.
What the fuck are you doing?
Like, why have you just jammed a needle in my fucking ligament?
Am I dying?
She started to get like sort of numbness in her in her hand. It's like 1 in 100,000 people get that when they try to give blood.
Yeah.
So she's got like numbness in her hands, and it's still like ongoing treatment.
Oh my God.
And it was like 2 weeks ago. So I was just like, that's what you get for being a nice person.
Yeah. Can she sue him? Although you would be the nasty person if you sued a charity that collects blood for
if you sued
people
nurses.
who need it.
Yeah, but also,
There's got to be some sort of compensation from there.
I don't know, that like
A pint of blood?
it's a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah.
Because like if she needs operation, she then has to then take time off work.
Yeah.
Because you can't work for like however many months.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
Yeah.
So then she might end up being out of pocket.
Yeah.
So I sort of think that she should get some money to at least cover the costs.
Yeah.
If she did. But also it is, are you going to be the person who sued a bunch of nurses who like made an honest mistake? But also you're just like, well, if you can't pay your mortgage and your house is going to get
why should she
repossessed,
suffer?
then you kind of have to, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
And it's a really tricky situation. I don't know.
I would go to town and get some compensation.
Would you sue some nurses? Email in thesweetconnection@outlook.com.
I watched a program last night. I
Yeah.
don't know if you said advertised, the Clinton affair about
No.
Bill Clinton and I can't pronounce her name. I'm not even going to try.
I do know who you mean though. She
Yeah.
was an intern at the White House.
Lewinsky.
She was an intern.
I am going to try then. Yeah.
She was an intern at the White House.
Yeah.
Who sucked off Bill Clinton apparently.
Well, it turns out it was a lot more than that. From her point of view, it was a very intimate relationship, and she was 22 at the time, so she was probably whoring herself out.
Allegedly. Saved it there.
But it was just quite funny watching it. How Bill Clinton was like, "I did not have sexual relations with this woman," and then turns out he got spunk on her dress.
On her dress, yeah.
That's
all I already know about that.
Yeah,
But,
it was just a good documentary. Better or worse than Donald Trump?
probably a lot better than Donald Trump because, as far as I am aware, it was consensual. He didn't
he didn't
grab her pussy. So as far as I'm aware, that's fine.
Yeah.
Having said that, Trump did have sex with several porn stars, allegedly.
So you say allegedly, he's not going to listen.
I know, but he's exactly the sort of person who would sue a up and coming podcast
For hundreds of millions.
for hundreds of millions of pounds.
You'd have to give away that new mouse you just bought.
Oh no, I'm not going to wear this sick mouse. So definitely better than
fuck Trump, basically.
Fuck Trump, yeah.
Yeah.
Gone to it.
Bring back. Go fuck yourself. I forgot what it was then. I was like,
It's your one catchphrase.
But yeah.
So that's good. Well, I reckon we're probably going to end the show there.
Superb.
So I want to thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.
I hope you're all happy that I'm back. I'm happy that I'm back.
Email in. Should he have come back or should he not?
Should he have just stayed away?
Should he stayed at home?
But yeah, thank you for my presence.
Not a problem.
I'm not going to say thanks to the listeners because they didn't buy anything, fuckers. Although if you would like to send us stuff, email in and then I'll send you my address.
You should probably not do that. We should get
Do
a PO box.
Let us know if you've got presents for us. Or
So
me.
people don't nail bombs from my letterbox.
Or pictures of naked children. That's just the worst.
Having said that, you have
Having said that, I have
you have literally just showed me a picture of your naked child.
about 10 minutes old
Yeah, so
with a giant ballsack. That's going to be the headline. I've never seen a ballsack so big. Or his ballsack's as big as mine.
Horrific.
What a comeback. What a comeback.
On that note, we're gonna end the show thinking about Jason's newborn child's massive ballsack.
Yeah.
So thank you all for listening, and see you next time.
Farewell.
So, Jason, where can you get more Sweet Connection in your life?
Well, Ben, we are on Facebook at Sweet Connection Podcast, and we're also on Twitter at SweetC_podcast. So you can give us a like or a follow.
And you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean. So if you enjoyed the show, you can give us a rating or a review or recommend to a friend.
And if you wanted to email in a topic or a question or just say hi, it's thesweetconnection@outlook.com.
Massive thanks to Kip for all our various jingles. Thank you for listening and see you next time.